I am finally here, only 15 minutes late, but you guys know how I am with technology. Welcome to the Wildcast Instacast post-game show presented by Appliance Solutions, 25 Halifax Street, 506-858-5111. Right now, they have the KitchenAid Cook-Up Savings Event. Purchase three qualifying KitchenAid, save $300. Purchase four qualifying KitchenAid appliances, save $400. Purchase five, save $500. Oh, I hope you can all hear me. I have no idea if you can. I'm just, hey, there we go. All right. If you want to be a part of this, I'm hoping the technology will work. Click the link at the top when it ever gets there. And we'll go from there. We'll go quickly around the queue. Sorry for this. I'm just a bit frustrated on this Sunday fun day. Not at the Wildcats, but I'm frustrated at technology. Going quickly around the queue. Rouyn-Noranda 4-1 over Cape Breton. St. John gets their first home win of the year. 4-2 victory over Bathurst. Blainville 7-1 over Gatineau. Baie-Comeau's up on Chicoutimi 6-3 with about a minute and a half left in the third. Drummondville 6-2 over Sherbrooke right now with about a minute and a half left in the third, so that's probably going to likely end up there. And it looks like Rimouski got a 5-4 overtime victory over Victoriaville. Again, the Wildcats getting 4-2 Sunday Fun Day win for their third win in a row. And it was kind of exactly as we expected or suspected. Before I get into this, if you're new here, click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the bell. You'll get notified when we do this, roughly around the times we're supposed to do this, as well as when our show comes out every Wednesday. So yeah, I mean, 31-7 in shots. Moncton 12-2 in the first period, 12-5 in the second. I mean, they took advantage of a tired team, and I talked to Preston Lonsbury after the game, and that's basically what he said is they wanted to jump on a team early, knowing that they played 3-3. And that's kind of exactly what they did. I want to say it was like 8 shots before Val-d'Or had their first. So one of those games where it was kind of a carbon copy. I talked to Jeremy about this. It was a carbon copy of I was going to find this 2 weeks ago. I found my schedule. Oh, my schedule's over here. I don't need my internet schedule anymore. Carbon copy of 2 weeks ago. Went to St. John, got a victory, come home, catch a team 3-3, and they end up taking advantage of it. Wasn't nearly as close as Blainville made theirs, but yeah, it was good to see Moncton get their third in a row. And now they've got a very difficult game coming up on Wednesday. But we'll get into recapping some of these games here. So I'll just switch the screen to the old internet, and then that way we can see some highlights. All right. First goal, yeah, just like the tweet says, and it'll hopefully come back. Just like the tweet says, I mean, you're going to give up a goal, you're going to try and make a play, probably not the league leading scorer. Here's hopefully hopefully you guys can see and hear this highlight from Marty Kingston on Harvesters FM.
Slide down the ice. That's going to go right to the goaltender, Nussier. He'll paddle it off. They score. What a mistake that was. And Losing was there.
It's a tough one. He's just trying to make a play as Denley is coming in. And just trying to make a play as Denley comes in. And Losing kind of sneaks in there and makes absolutely no mistake sniping that one. Giving the Wildcats a 1-0 lead early in the first period. And then Carrier doing Carrier things. As he's when he gets his opportunities, he makes the most of them. Playing with a full cage. I'm not sure why, but see if we can get the call back from Marty Kingston on Harvesters FM.
At the blue line, kept in by Potvin. In the corner, Boutin eluding the Val-d'Or forechecker. Olivier Boutin. Nice play on the wing to Carrier. 6:27 remaining. 1-0 lead. Carrier picks up a loose puck. Centers it. Scores! John Carrier!
Again, that train horn always gets me. But, yeah, like Jeremy said, I mean, Logier is their third string goaltender. You got to play with, you only get who you play. You don't make the schedule up. And, a bit of a fortunate game for Moncton getting a goalie on a tough goaltender. I don't think they played Blackburn and I think they're back up. Bonwaye played last night, so but Lucier made some good saves in that first period. I mean, he kept the game at 2-0. He had a couple good saves. I think he had a 2-on-1. He made a good save on. But yeah, after one, it was 2-0 Moncton. They were mostly in control of this. This was a game that I'm sure was talked about. Like we said on the post game show last night. I mean, Moncton was traveling back from St. John, but Val-d'Or was traveling back from Halifax. So they probably got in around 1:30. And that is a tough trip to go from Val-d'Or all the way to Cape Breton, and then get Halifax, and then come into Moncton. Moncton took full advantage of it, so they outshot them 12-2 after one. We get into the second period, and more of the same. Go up here to Collard's goal here. Here's the goal from Marty Kingston on Harvesters FN. Of course, these clips are all courtesy of the Moncton Wildcats on Twitter.
Moncton 2, Val-d'Or no score. Moncton Subway power play. We've got 1:15 to go. The culprit there, Nathan Drapeau, one of 4 Natans on that team. Here comes Collard moving in. They score!
That's how you work the power play. Just one pass and get it in, right? Another goal for the Wildcats is they're kind of finding their legs in the power play. Especially last night going 4 for 8. They go
play. We've got 1:15 to go. The culprit there, Nathan Drapeau, one of 4 Natans on that team. Here comes Collard moving in. They score!
But yeah, Collard streaking in gets that one, and so that penalty, bring it back so we don't have that. That penalty, that power play there that we had. So that's on a hit from behind, no, that one was checking. Was that hit from behind? That was hit from behind. Nathan Drapeau. So again, I'm not going to belabor the point all the time, and I'm going to make the same point here in about 5 minutes, I would say. Checking from behind was 2 minutes. Denway doesn't have the chance to protect himself getting hit from behind. Drapeau only gets 2 minutes. But if they square off and they both acknowledge that they want to fight, they're both kicked out of the game, and it's a game suspension. Just saying. But yeah, so we get that check from behind penalty or power play. We're able to find success early on. And then the fourth goal to give us the 4-0 lead. Here is the call and the highlight from Marty Kingston on Harvesters FM.
Nice stretch pass to Collard. Collard looking for an open man. There it is in front. Loshing look to shoot. Missed it. He'll get it back. There it is! The Laser scores!
He was going to score on the first one, but unfortunately, as you can see here on the highlight again, the first one was going to be a
there it is in front. Loshing look to shoot.
This is a subtle play by Denway. Reaching for it and ends up blocking getting the puck, allowing Loshing to rifle one of his absolute piss missiles, as that is his 9th of the year. 2 goals in this game. Again, he's on a tear, 9 goals so far in the game. Val-d'Or got their first goal. It was a 2-on-1, bit of a breakdown. Steinman just about got it. So after 40 minutes, it was 4-1 for Moncton. They're basically in control. You think they're in control again. Could have been worse. Lucier made a big save on a Mercier 2-on-1 with Loshing getting across and making a big save. He was good. I mean, it's never easy for either a backup or even a third stringer in this instance to play behind a tired team. I don't believe Moncton's going to have any of these 3-3 stretches. Oh yeah, we are. So we got a 3-4 on the road trip. You know what? I'll get into that in just a bit. We get into the third period. Nothing really going on in the third period. Nathan Burrell gets a goal shorthanded. As good as the power play's been, it's been good because they haven't been doing the drop back as much. That drop back is, when it works, it's great. When it doesn't work, it turns into a goal. I believe it was Moran trying to get it back to Loshing. He ends up gets stolen and back of the net on a breakaway. Good on Loshing for trying to get back, but unfortunately, he just couldn't get. Okay, this is working on YouTube. Couldn't get there, and 4-2. That's how the score ends. A bit of a better effort by Val-d'Or out shooting Moncton 10-7, but at that point, Moncton's just, I don't want to say going through the motions, but they have this one in control, and they were able to take it to Val-d'Or. Now, again, we had another situation where Vincent Collard, a check to the head to start the third period, and it's a 2-minute power play. And that's the thing. I'm not just on this, it should be kicked out of the game because it's a player against Moncton. This should be, if you're going to take it out of fighting, wrong way, sorry. If you're going to take fighting out of the game, take the hits that the kids don't see coming. Hitting from behind, checking to the head. It's 2-minute penalties. Both of those. Like, even if this was my contention, it doesn't have to be just 2 minutes. Doesn't have to kick him out of the game, but even a 5-minute major for checking to the head. That's at least a bit of a stronger penalty. It just, if these players are willing to fight and willing to flat out take each other on, punching themselves in the head is dangerous plays, and the penalties are severe, and I'm okay with kicking guys out. Like, it is what it is. But the checking from behind on Drapeau, the checking to the head from Collard, those need to be out of the game. And the way you get those out of the game is you get the player out of the game for that. So that would have been both teams taking those penalties, and you'll see those come down a bit. But like I said, many times, I'm not going to get into it all the time, but when I was playing, checking from behind, you were kicked out. And I know everyone's thinking, well, when you were playing, they had like leather helmets and stuff. Haha, I'm not that old. But when I was playing, you were kicked out. Checking from behind was a misconduct. And now it's a 10-minute penalty. And it's one of those things that bugs me. If guys are willing to fight, get the stuff that they don't see and that they don't see coming out of the way. But Val-d'Or had a chance to get it to 4-3. They had a goal kicked off. It was waved off for being kicked in. And like I said, it's 10-7 in shots. Hardest worker tonight was number 26, Julius Sumpf. We had him on last night after the game. He did have one. He had a goal as well, but it was called back on an offside. So I was like, yes, the interview bump where we interview players and they end up put the scores back up so you guys can see them in real time as they are all done now. We've had a pretty good run of players being interviewed. Again, thanks to the Wildcats for that. But we interview them and they end up putting points on the board. So, like I said, it's a tough stretch now. Well, not tough stretch, but it's a tough game now. This is a game where we're going to kind of see what this team is about, what they've learned about themselves in these past two. Halifax, make no mistake, they are good. And they got Jordan Dumais back. They're running the division right now. And we knew that. We knew that if Dumais came back, then Halifax was going to be that much better, and it was kind of a situation of how much can they tread the water before Dumais gets back, and well, they treaded the water enough to lead the division, and he added, and of course comes back, scores 5 goals, not too shabby, but this is an early test. I mean, they had them at home 3-0 coming home, and Halifax just wore us down. Lost to Victo, lost to Drummondville. Aside from Charlottetown, I mean, you're losing to teams that are top teams. You're beating the teams you should be beating, and so it's a bit of a tight. Like it's a race, or it's a tough matchup for top of the division. Halifax is 8-3-1 with 17 points. We're 7-3-1. I mean, the last 10, Halifax is 8-1-1. We're 6-3-1-1. But again, those losses coming to Victo, coming to Drummondville, coming to Halifax. You're going to need to play, like you'll hear on the Lounsbury interview. It's on our Instagram, as well as it's going to be on YouTube a little bit later. So don't forget to click that bell so you know it's coming. He said that if they're playing their type of game and they can get a couple early, things may be different. We generally play well in Halifax, and playoffs aside, we do have some success in that building into last season, and so it's just a situation where the Wildcats can't come out and wait. They have to come out and get on top of Halifax, because if they don't, they can't play the game where they're playing 50 minutes of 60, because in that 10 minutes, Halifax could be up 4 or 5-0. And I'm not saying that because Simon's not good. He can keep us in it, but they do have some firepower on that team, and Rousseau's one of the hottest goaltenders. And I believe that is the only game. Yeah, it's the only Wednesday game. God, this website is absolutely terrible. You just want to click over for a goal or for the next week's schedule. And yeah. So Halifax doesn't even play. They haven't played since Saturday. So we're going to go Rousseau versus Simon. And he's one of the hottest goaltenders. Hopefully we can keep him off the score sheet. So he had a goalie goal, which is cool. I would love to see one of those live. Not against us, rather see Steinman or Warren get one, but it'll be interesting to see how we play up against Halifax, and it's a bit of a measuring stick, like I said. So 3,700 fans in the building makes sense. It's Sunday Fun Day. They've spent their whole week trying to get people to buy tickets. It is what it is. But yeah, and then we got St. John, Quebec, back-to-back on Friday, Saturday. Team Quebec hockey here. Really don't understand how Lacroix manages carries ice time, replaced him twice at the end. I don't get it. I don't know if they're trying to, he's got the full cage, so maybe he's not 100%, I would guess. So maybe that's part of it. I mean, if you're out there, you should be able to go in all situations, but maybe it's something with he's not quite right with a full cage. I don't know. Still in power play time. Yeah. Denway, he did have a good game. He had a good game last night too in St. John, and he had a goal and 2 assists. 18, goal and 2 assists last night. I think honestly they're just trying to find something on the power play. I know they want to get power play 1 really going. They're kind of going with that power play 1 gets to play most of it, and power play 2. I don't think I wrote down the lines. I know I had the lines down somewhere on one of my books. Hold on here. Power play 2 was Mueller, Trenholm, and Sumpf. I mean, right now, I'm not taking Mueller off the power play. The dude's been good. He's been very good to start this season. Trenholm, he's the guy in the middle, and that's kind of what his gig is on that second power play. Sumpf there, I mean, he's a centerman. I don't mind Carey on the second power play, but I understand why he hasn't yet. I think he will come at some point. I don't know when. But again, there was a spurt today where Carey and Denway kind of played together, and we're going to see that eventually down the road. But right now, I mean, they went 4 for 8 last night in the power play. They went 1 for 4. So, 5 of 12 after going 4 of 25 is red hot for this hockey club, and that's what you need. You need to play well and get those momentum changing plays, and they had it last night against St. John, and they were they were pretty good again today on the power play, minus that one turnover that cost us a shorthanded goal there. But your 3 stars tonight: Sean Carrier, a goal and no assist, +1. Was your 3rd star, Vincent Collard, a goal and an assist, and then Eoin Loshing with 2 goals. I can almost guarantee he's going to be the Wildcat of the week. He's had quite a run here. 3 goals, 1 assist on the week. Probably he's up there for sure. But I mean, he's driving the team, and it doesn't really kind of matter who's on his line, whether it was Sump early on or it's Denway right now. He's what I call an enigma. When he's going. And then sometimes you're like, what are you doing? But he makes up for it with his speed. And he makes up for it with putting the puck in the net, and that's what you're going to get, and that's what he's been doing for the past couple of years. And right now he's on the tear, and it's good to see. And well, again, it's all going to come to, how's that old saying? It's all going to come to roost, I think, against Halifax. We're going to find out what kind of team this is. Because Halifax is the hottest team in the queue right now, and they don't look to be going away anytime soon, including they have a spot for a 20-year-old. So be interesting to see who they add moving forward. But I'm hungry. It's time for me to eat, because when I get hungry, I say things I don't mean. But we'll go around the queue, even though the games are already all complete now. Let's see if I can. Oh, hey, the website worked. Again, Running gets 4-1 victory over Cape Breton. St. John gets their first home victory, 4-2 over Bathurst. Blainville 7-1 over Gatineau. Baie-Comeau 6-5 over Chicoutimi. Drummondville 6-2 over Sherbrooke. And final in overtime, I do believe. It said in overtime, but then it doesn't say overtime there. Either way, Rimouski gets in overtime, Rimouski gets a 5-4 victory over Victoriaville, as Quinn Kennedy scores the overtime winner, and Filion gets another win. You know what? Good for him. Good for him. What is he on this season? 5-4. Good for him. But yeah, that's it for me. I will be back. We're not going to Halifax because I have a real job now, so I can't be traveling on the road. But we'll be back Friday night at some point. We'll be back on here, and then Saturday as well. Moncton takes on Quebec. So Friday, Saturday at the Avenir Center. Get your tickets. They don't pay me to say that, but hey, I like seeing the building full. One of the last times we're going to see a Quebec team until November 24th, when we retire Corey Crawford's number. So I mean, it's a good stretch of getting Quebec teams in here so far in the month of October. So it's the last team. How are they going to market this? Because there's no more Patrick Waugh. This will be, I guess the previous Memorial Cup champions, I guess, is how they're going to do that. But Friday, Saturday, St. John, Quebec. I will have post-game shows, hopefully on time, after both games. Again, Wildcast Instacast presented by Alpha's Appliance Solutions, your biggest Maytag dealer east of Montreal, 25 Halifax Street. They're 506-858-5111 right now. The KitchenAid Cook-Up Savings Event. Purchase 3 qualifying KitchenAid, save $300. Purchase any 4 qualifying KitchenAid, save $400. Purchase any 5, save $500. That is it for me. I'm tired. I gotta go.